Happy Monday. Happy
Top
Monday.
of the week, people. It's in the booth.
Y'all had a good weekend?
It's your boy Messenja.
CantonJones.
Ramona Jones.
Hope y'all had a good time at church, man.
Everything came together
In the boo-boo.
Put the prayer hands in the
boo-boo.
prayer hands in the if you went to church yesterday, put the prayer hand emoji in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the comment section. And if the word was good, put 100 by it.
You know what it is when we in the booth. Speaking to the old, speaking to the youth. And no matter what, we gon' tell the truth. See time harvest, you gon' see the fruit. Put the kid tank, gotta pull it from the roots. Get the blessing, get the bag, gotta get the loot. Find another way to preach, we don't need a suit.
That's a minute right there.
CantonJones and Messenja.
Yeah, you gotta, if you coach the church, but you gotta be able to clap.
I don't know if they know how to do that no more.
That double clap.
That double clap. I don't know if they know how to do that. That Morgan Freeman clap. Oh my Lord. I was like, look at Morgan Freeman. He got the church clap. When I saw him do that, I was like, man, Morgan Freeman got the church. That man grew up in the church, man. You cannot do that if you do not grow up in the church.
It's hard. It's hard though.
Yeah.
I seen somebody.
Like it's
Wait, I'm gonna get.
Now you gotta be like boom.
Yeah, that's it right there.
But I ain't did it so long, bro.
It's what is that called musically? Syncopation. That's what he doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's why I could never play the tambourine. I can't do it. Yeah.
I'm rusty with mine. I'm rusty with it. Yeah. I used to be able to do it. I ain't been to coach church in a long time.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us in the CAJO in the booth today. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show on Facebook, YouTube, and all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Church of God of Christ.
Oh my Lord.
There it is.
Lord. In the booth, Church of God of Christ.
In the booth, Church of God of Christ.
Hey man, if you want to advertise or
There it
sponsor
is,
the
and then go
show,
straight to
make
it.
sure that you hit us up at intheboothpod@gmail.com. Yes.
All right.
So today,
October 14th is going up. It's called the Jazz and Jokes, man. Y'all need to come. Featuring, I'm bringing Uncle Reese to the city. Uncle Reese is coming, Mr. Praise Until I Pass Out.
Yeah.
And so I believe in my words so much that I had to start singing the hook part of that song. I was like, man, you know what? I'm getting lightheaded.
I wonder why I get tired every time I sing that song.
I'm getting lightheaded. Hold me up.
Yeah. Well, bring him to the city. Dante Ray. The Black Improv Group, so it's going up, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Make sure y'all be
Zilla, my wife, Ramona Estelle Jones, Jason Bitten, and also we're bringing in a jazz quartet. You know, Vernon Messam.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be really, really.
And we got
dope.
another location because you guys are buying up these
Yes.
tickets. And so we had to move it to another location, which
The Nate Church.
Nate Church.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get I will get the
flyer be up.
Yeah.
Just check out all the social media. You'll find it.
Yeah. It's at Nate Church. Yeah.
It's gonna say Nate Church.
Faith Deliverance. Yeah.
Okay.
Nate Church in Jonesboro. Yeah. All right, man.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about discipline versus child abuse. What's the difference? But it stems from a story from Missouri. Missouri man is accused of beating his 6-year-old daughter
What
to
is
death.
up with Missouri and beating right
I
now?
don't know.
They had the school
They just
paddling
went
thing.
paddling thing, and now they doing child abuse.
Wow.
He beat his daughter to death with an aluminum baseball bat.
Oh. Jocelyn
Beecher's body had been placed on the roof. This was weird to me. On the roof of Beckner's home beneath a white sheet. That didn't make any sense. Beechner is facing a single felony of child abuse resulting in death.
Wow.
The question is, when does disciplining your child become abuse?
Well, obviously this wasn't disciplining. At all. That's murder.
Yeah.
That's murder. Yeah. That's something different.
But
I mean, if you're not one, the discipline of a
very
child
subjective
is motivated by love. Yeah.
is very
The
subjective.
motivation is love. Like I am trying to get you to remember what I'm saying because I love you so much and I don't want you to be hurt. So there's a training, and the scripture says, train up a child in the way it should go. When they grow old, it won't depart from it. Also, when a shepherd, the sport a rod,
Spare the rod.
spare the rod, sport a child. That to me is kind of a misinterpretation. Because the rod is used when a shepherd is walking with sheep and a sheep kind of wanders, the rod is an extension of his hand.
Yeah.
So it keeps you like a guardrail to keep you in line. That it's like it's pressure to the side of that animal to keep them from wandering off.
Right.
You know, and that's on both sides. It's an extension, and you just add pressure to push this sheep back over. Well, we thought, that rod is the beating back.
Yeah.
And not to say that it didn't work, but there are a lot of kids that got
at
beat.
church in Atlanta. Remember that?
Huh?
The dude that was doing that at church in Atlanta.
No.
What?
The old guy, they was having whippings at church. Like they took that scripture and they had whipping nights for kids that either was bad at school or wasn't making
Whooping
grades.
nights.
No, this was in Atlanta years ago, back in the 90s. Yeah, man, stop.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
These black people?
I forget the dude's name, the old guy, but yeah, spare the rod.
So so you bring
He brought your child and the congregation
and everybody whoop you in the holy convocation.
They took that like literal.
Wow.
They took it as a law. It was on the news.
They must have taken him to jail if you don't know.
I forget, but yeah.
Yeah. That's not
what it is. Yeah.
And so the spirit of it is for guidance so that you won't go astray. Pretty much, that's what that is. But we took it as you spare the rod. Now I used to always wonder, man, how in the world do we get a whooping in our neighborhoods? Just think about our neighborhoods and our culture, African American culture. Why in the world we get whooped, but they live better? Like, you see a little white kid, cussing his mom out in Walmart, and then he end up getting the best job. So what are we missing culturally?
Yeah, you talking economics now, but go ahead.
I mean, I'm talking whooping. I'm still talking whooping. It might be something economical.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm saying that did the whoopings work?
Yeah. I believe it.
You talking about economics.
Yeah.
Mama, you whooped me into a job that into a lifestyle. I got whooped down economically. I would have had more.
You got whooped down.
I would have had more confidence if you would have hit me in the head with that brick. I'm just saying. I'm joking, but I'm being serious about. Do whoopings?
Do they work?
Do they do what we're wanting them to do? And then when we look at other cultures, when we look at other cultures, are other cultures that don't whoop, that just punish? Are their kids coming out better than our kids?
No.
When you look at economics, when you look at the jobs they get, the lifestyle that they live,
and the community they grow up in.
The community they grew up in, all of that might have something to do with it, but whooping that has something to do with it too. And I'm saying, I'm not saying not to beat your kids. I'm really just saying that we need to think about all the components that make up a great community, a great child, a great family, all the components, because some of the kids that don't get whooped live better over time, culturally. Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Is the fact that you're being raised this way making you a better child?
Yeah, you got both parents in the house.
Or the fact that you're being, or the fact that where you're being raised, how you're being raised, and and what's around. You see what I'm saying? Like if I don't beat you, but put you in this situation, let you get away with whatever, will you come out better? Or take you from a certain situation, put you here, and no matter whether I beat you or not, you still gonna turn out a certain way. You see what I'm saying? So is it has something to do with where you've been raised or how you've been raised? You see what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
And so because I know a lot of guys that went to church every Sunday, they got beat, whooped, punished, and it didn't
They
work.
have both parents in the family. Did they
Some of them did.
Some of them, yeah, I know some.
And it just
in the household? Did they?
it just didn't pan out to the lifestyle that they dreamed of as a kid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With all of the church going and all of the so are we talking about
Which
how he was raised
kind of
or where
lens
he
that
Yes, both.
we need more in our culture.
more beating?
No, more
Opportunities.
opportunities
Yeah.
and things. That's more. They'll say that's
Yeah.
more the issue.
You beat me and don't let me see nothing.
Yeah. Or you beat me and I'm not in some type of club for advancement. Or you beat
basketball,
me,
football, something.
Or beta club, or
Beta
things where
club, right.
I'm traveling.
Yeah.
You know,
Seeing certain
book
things.
club. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the dynamics in other communities because they whoop over there too. It might not be like our spanking, but they get spanked, we get whooped. That's what it's. Yeah.
But
It's
I
definitely
think
a
they
difference.
more so punished.
Yeah, they get punished too, but there are spankings that go on over there. People that think they don't spank at all, no, they get spanked. Some of them get spanked too, but I think it's just more. Like they say that it takes a village to raise a child. If your village is better than this village, no matter how much I whoop over here in this village that has less than what this village over here have.
You only have limitations.
Yeah.
So what about a
I think that the whooping is more like a.
cause women don't whoop it. Well, my mama used to whoop.
Bruh, my mama.
but I don't-
I can't even say what my mama did.
You already
Cause
did.
they'll go lock her up right
you-
now.
You already did. It's too late.
Statutes of limitations on whooping.
Yeah, my mama abused.
God,
Yeah, she would have got locked up. I almost died one time.
You
bruh.
did not.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Bruh. Yeah, my mama. What?
How you got stuck in your back?
Nah, my mama. Nah, I can't say.
She
Don't.
whoop you could till you
Please
stop
don't.
breathing.
Nah,
Then
bro.
resuscitation. What?
Yeah, I almost
asking.
stopped breathing. Yeah, man, my mama sat on me and whooped me because I wouldn't stop running, bro. I was couldn't breathe. Stop moving, please. Just get off me, Mo. Just please get off.
Oh my
But I wouldn't stop running, man. She said, "Come here," and she just said, "Wow, yeah." And I man, forget the whooping. I just tried to be like, I was like, bro, yeah, I got abused, bro. So, yeah, that wasn't discipline. I was saying, bro,
my
I can't, my parents, bro, they go to jail for stuff, bro. I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh my God.
So I mean,
And I think the whooping is seen as something that's a quick fix. Like, come here.
Right,
Yeah.
you-
It's not you, and I don't think you're
and
looking
no
at.
understanding, no
Yeah,
talking.
I don't think
right.
you're looking at permanent future. Even like we said in the last show, even slight traumatic or scared of me more than my wife. Even though my wife has spanked, my son, it's when my wife always relinquished the discipline to me. He's more scared of me than her. When she might yell at him more, I might, hey, boy, what you doing? But she might scold him more. But she tell him to go see your daddy, or your daddy gonna get you or whatnot, and you can see, that disposition mentally with the child, and that's what I'm trying to gain and control of now, because I don't want him to see me like that or feel like that when I say, "Hey, man, come here," and he waiting to see, okay, is this a whooping come here, or is this I'm finna give you a
He
hug?
like, what I do?
Yeah, what I do? Yeah. That shouldn't be the first thing when I say, "Hey, son, come here."
Yeah. So I mean, but you came from a whooping household. I came from my mom.
I came from an abuse household. Correct that, bro. We got abused.
Mother
I was abused as a child.
Mother Evan, you abused the baby, Mother Evan.
Yeah, my mama, right. And she's so nice now.
Did your daddy?
Bro, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Bro,
I know what you're about to say. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait.
Get it out, 'cause you talking- My mama in heaven, but you speaking for us too.
Bro.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The way my parents was when we was young.
Yeah.
Man.
And they like, don't whoop them children. I'm like, what?
To what they
You trying
are
to
now.
kill me?
I'm like, when did you flip the script? We got whoopings back for everything. And now they can almost, bro, they can do anything. Like, hey. Don't touch. Don't.
What you say your daddy said? What you say?
My daddy said, when we got grown, in an argument about this, yeah, we whooped y'all too much. I was like, man, what you talking about? Yeah.
But you said he didn't even do your younger brother like that.
Nah, Kurt.
So who whooped you the most, your mom or your dad?
The most, probably my mom.
Yeah, my mom whooped me the most.
Yeah, my dad was just, man, my mom was,
Did you think you were getting abused at the time?
You didn't know what abuse was.
I just thought this was, if I was thinking I was getting abused, I would have called a number. Yeah, I didn't think this was abuse. I thought this was normal.
But did you think that you had, like, they had the right to beat you for what you did?
That's all I knew.
Or did you, no, not the right to beat you.
Because
did you ever think that you were getting beat innocently? Like, I'm innocent. Why you beating me? Or did you always feel like you deserved what you was getting?
Because it's everyone, my cousins got whooped, everybody got, so.
No, I'm saying, like, do you feel like when you was getting whoopings, that you had did?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was for something, whatever it was.
No, you ain't never get
I
whooped?
felt like it's not justified to this extent, but if it's something the teacher called, or, you know, you still up or whatnot and not going to bed, come here, get in here, and then you get a whooping for that or whatever. It's something, but it's just not to this extent. I think this has gone overboard.
Man, somebody was at the house with me when I was little, and we was sneaking. Like, they was, Dad told us to go to bed, and so I was like, shh. Got on my knees and crawled to the door, and that joker feet was right there, boy.
You got
whooped, boy. But my last whooping was in the 5th grade. So when I hit middle school, I didn't get any more whoopings. I didn't even really get much punishments because I was, I started singing with Dad. I was spending a lot of time with my dad. I stopped getting whoopings in 5th grade, and so, but the whooping that I got, we didn't have a screen in our bedroom in the window, and so it was cool for us to have candy, but I bought a lot of candy. I went to work with my daddy. He gave us $10, and I spent $10 on just pure candy from the ice cream man. So I put the candy through the window.
Oh my God!
And tried to walk around, and then my brother told on me. So by the time I came in the house, my mama had all my candy, and she didn't beat me because of the candy. She beat me because of my attention.
Yeah,
because my sneakiness.
Yeah. Sneakiness. Yeah.
Man, I got skint, boy. And that was my last whooping. I was like, man, I ain't getting no whooping no more.
Like, I'm too old for this.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Because she hit me with something like, palmetto trees are big in Florida. And, she'll cut a palmetto rod, but it's them little thorns that's still in the side. Them junk be all in your leg.
You feel like, Jesus.
I feel like, but then you think, you're like, you get.
Do you think it could have been done? Do you think you could have been raised without whooping?
No.
You try hard to get rid of it too. You try hard. You try really like. No.
Unfortunately, because I wouldn't have had a reverence.
Yeah.
And honor.
Yeah, I know.
So the honor. Most guys, people don't understand the formula of the scriptures never fail. And so the Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father that thy days may be long. When you dishonor your father or mother, if a child is being raised up without a father and is in a single parent home, and that mom has taught that child to dishonor his father or her father, then it starts to cut off the days on the earth for that child. This really is the main reason spiritually why a lot of our kids are dying early. Is because of the dishonor for their father. That's number one. That a lot of times the dishonor is the thing that's cutting off the days on the earth. That's a formula, that's scripture. That's nothing that you can. So once you start to dishonor your parents, your days are being cut down. So I think that some type of punishment or chastisement or whatever you might call it, whether it be whooping or not, builds respect and honor to say, look, these are boundaries. You got to learn boundaries. You got to learn respect. You got to learn certain things. Once you learn that at home, you'll have respect for authority. Once you learn that at home, you'll have respect for your teacher. Once you learn that at home, you'll have respect for anybody, coaches or what have you. But if you don't have that honor and respect that comes at home, then you end up not having honor and respect. And then even if you're not, the days are not prolonged, like you don't die early, you end up in jail.
Yeah.
Or you end up in some type of bondage, man. And so I think unfortunately I needed whoopings. You know, when I understood that the respect, man, it was easy settled. Daddy became my best friend. My mom became my best friend. You know, they're people that I, you know, in my adult life that I started leaning towards. And I realized, to be honest with you, that when my dad passed, that I was in a slight, not even a slight depression. I mean, I got deep into depression at one time, but it's just not hearing the voice of my father. Like, it was always guidance. It's like having a car taking a trip with no direction.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know where you're going. You don't know that you at the destination because you don't have a map and you don't know where you are. My dad told me when music started popping off that I made it. Other than that, I was on a slap grind. You know, I had been on BET. I had done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we were still grinding.
Yeah.
You know, we were making money, but I was like still grinding. My daddy came at my house, Sam's Drive. No.
That was Fiddlers.
Fiddlers.
Yeah.
My second house. And he said, boy, you made it. And I'm like, I did. He's like, yup. He's like, you doing what I would want to, traveling, singing, and that's my life. And I was like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you said I made it, then I made it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And but that stemmed out of getting some
discipline,
real
yes.
whoopings.
Yeah.
You know, the daddy whoop. Now he ain't like the whoopers. Now he ain't cry like Mona daddy cried when she got a
Knew it
whooping.
was coming.
You know, Mona daddy beat her and cried.
Yeah.
He cried, not she cried. I wish my mama and daddy would have cried. I ain't never seen no tears.
But
But if I saw tears, that means she would go around too. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Nah, we ain't never seen that. So, I think spanking us was necessary, and even with my kids right now, they get it, but they don't get it as much as they used to. Yeah. You know, because they understand, they learn the game. You know, Lovey. You know, Mona was scared to whoop Lovey. Everybody
Who was
scared? Everybody's scared.
Boy, I whooped her the most.
Everybody's scared. They were scared
I whooped her the most.
I don't know what it was about whooping
You
Lovey.
whooped her the most?
I did.
Yeah,
Because you know why? Because I wasn't playing with no other girl in my house acting a fool.
Yeah.
So I whooped her a lot. Yes.
You gonna be like my mama.
I ain't whooped Lovey.
Till we Lovey get old. Yeah, we whooped it too much.
No, I didn't whoop her too much. Just enough.
I didn't whoop Lovey, but once or two, I probably could count it maybe 5 times my whole life.
Well,
You know, now Minion got it. You know, Styles got it. Yes, not as much.
Yes, sneaky like you. He be doing little stuff,
Yeah,
and then he's cute.
What do you
So
mean, like
Cam,
Yes.
Cam
I ain't
get
sneaking
the
yes.
most.
She said no
Cam
more.
get
I don't remember beating Nyla a lot. Nyla didn't get a lot of whip.
It's always the girl with, like,
Nyla was a good baby.
No, I know
She was good.
your wife probably spanked her.
Tiff probably
I mean,
whooped
we
Nyla a
popped
lot.
it. You know, we had the New York, L.A. going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we had that.
we had the love stick.
Yeah, we had the New York, L.A. for Nala, and it was more pops, like pop, but it wasn't like what I got to do with Cam sometimes. Like, I got to, bro, Cam.
Cam get more whoopings than KK.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Cam?
Yes.
Cam's so innocent.
Yeah.
That's why he innocent though. Then you say that people say he is the most respected.
He is.
He is.
Because they got beat into submission. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now KK ain't got beat as much, so we praying for him. but Cam done got whooped.
But
he done go.
So what's the line for discipline?
Like that's a holy
and abuse. What is abuse?
Well, abuse to me is that you're starting to spank out of anger and not out of love. When you're spanking out of anger, because for one, I like to do a full explanation of what's happening, what I expected from you, what didn't happen, and this is why we're doing this, and then this is what we're gonna do after this. So this is a full walk.
This is a correction, not a punishment.
Right.
Once you start spanking out of anger, because you can start spanking somebody based off your day, based off what your boss did, and you're taking it out on your child.
Yeah.
So if there is a control factor where you are not, if you don't see that child and love that child, like, man, like Styles have made, like, bro, I don't want to do this. Like, you making me do this. Like, I don't want to, and I've said I'm gonna beat you, and I don't do it. And like, so if I got to the point where I'm got to spank, it's like, man, I've gone through all types of
Every option.
Yeah. And so I don't want to spank. You know, I want to be the daddy that, hey, let's go get some ice cream. Just that's me.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna go in you know, gas station and get one thing. Let's get.
We throw the ball around the house. And, fight and sword fight and all that stuff.
And so it's like if you start getting to the point where you are angry and you're taking it out on your child. Now there are some parents, especially single moms, that see the dad or the baby daddy in that child. You know, and sometimes
take him out.
That discipline,
take that out on him.
Yeah, and so and that anger, that anger, because you always see the child being imbalanced. You know, you're gonna push him either into being timid or being aggressive with you. You know, he's gonna be afraid of you, or he's gonna be aggressive. You know, if it's unbalanced. You know, because it's gonna be one day where he's gonna be able to defend himself.
Yeah.
You know, and so when a child grows up, he has to feel like when he respects you, when he reverences you, he feel like he got to protect you. You know, he feel like Minion is coming into that. I could feel it to where he got to protect Dad, or he got to take care of Daddy. You know, I got to make sure Daddy, book bag, Daddy, you need anything. He does that to me. At church, you need anything, you need me to grab anything. And he have his guys around him. Hey, man, y'all grab that, get this for me. Boom, 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 boom. He's coming into the part where, you know, you're not getting beatings anymore. Now I got to talk to you and steer you right, because you're not a child. You're coming into your manhood, you know. And so it's a love, a reverence, because I see me when I see them. So it's like, man, I don't want to beat me. You know, I see me in all of them. Mm-hmm. I see me. I was like, man, I would have done that same thing. Yeah. I would have did that same thing. Yeah. Like, man, God, that's me.
And then you laugh at them, which don't help at all.
Well, I try not to. It be us, man. He is so funny to me. So it's hard to discipline him because he's so funny. You know, it's just so cute. So I try to do everything out of love. I think though, the discipline, because especially in a single parent home, you don't have a chance enough to spend time with them. So if you spend a little bit of time with me, and that time is beating,
discipline, and beating,
You know, every time I haven't seen you all day, but when I do see you,
when I'm coming around you,
every time I see you, you yelling at me, or it's something that I didn't do, then that pushes me to these streets.
Yeah.
You know, because the streets is always a confirming, loving place at first when they're trying to raise you. Come on, little man, let me give you something. Like Daryl was saying on one of the shows last week that's how the streets get you. That's how the gangs get you, by giving it to you, by giving you love, by giving man, you ain't got no money. Boom, let me get you these shoes. Let me get, and they give, and then they get control over you. Well, the same thing with a parent. You know, you have to give even before a kid knows he or she needs something. A parent is giving. Yeah. And so that's where the love comes. But if you start working or you start doing something where that time was going to always tell to whereas you haven't been spending enough time with that child, and now the only time you spend with me, you're complaining, you screaming, I did something wrong, you just like your daddy, you just like your uncle, you just like this, bro, you're going to be dead or in jail. Most of the curses that's lived out is one of the parents declared that on.
I was about to get to is abuse just doesn't come in physical abuse. You can verbally abuse kids. It messed them up, mentally, or if you just keep beating them down with words, you can never touch them, but you can beat them down with words and mentally, they can be downtrodden. The same, you can kill their confidence, you can kill everything about them. Yeah, that's abuse too. Yeah, that's not discipline. You're abusing that child verbally. So I think it come a lot of different ways, and it's kind of subjective because there can be people that say that whooping your child come from slavery. I done heard that one, and we just got comfortable with our slaves getting whooped, and we just be so that would say it's a real gray area. Yeah, and I mean with this case here, I mean beating the kid with a 6-year-old with a bat, that is just crazy.
Yeah, that's abuse. That's murder. That ain't even
that wasn't even. There ain't no love in that, like with a bat.
And then you take the time to put it on the roof.
And then put it under the sheet. Like that made no sense. But I think it has to be. Your goal is not punishment. Your goal is correction. Right. Like not just in the spirit of love. It's not like I'm just trying to hurt you. I'm trying to hurt you. It's like no, I'm trying to correct something. Right.
So you don't have to do this again.
Yeah.
And so that there's not a bigger problem later. Yeah. Yeah. We're trying to fix something, and then you're talking about one of my children, whooping don't really work for him. Yeah. You can beat him forever. You gotta do him stuff way different because of how he think. If he doesn't believe that what he did wrong,
he'll just stand there.
You can beat him and he won't change it. He has to understand that something is wrong with what he's doing, which the Lord told me that is an amazing leadership quality that he has. That once he kind of like us, that once you lock on to something, that's it. Unless the Lord appears, in the night, floating, telling you that now go a different way. We 1,000 going this way, and that's how his mind is. And so you got to tell him, all right, look, you're gonna lose this and this if you don't change that. Right. Mm-hmm. And then he like, oh,
do the math, and
okay, yeah. But it but beating me. I've done the math that when you beat me, it's gonna be over in a little bit, and I'm cool with that if I can keep doing what I want to do. Yeah. And so it was like, oh nah, I was like, wow, that's a different quality because everybody would change except you, and so we had to learn how to discipline, and you discipline each child different in your house. Everybody don't go for the same thing. Everybody thinks different. So it's a different discipline. So I'm learning. I'm just not spanking like that. I don't want my kids to see it, but because sometimes I threaten. Listen, I'm gonna whoop everybody. Yeah. Like, man, I ain't gonna whoop nobody.
Yeah. And they know that too.
They don't know that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You say that all the time, and it never happens.
Hey, I'm gonna whoop y'all. Y'all don't stop all this running. No, good way. I ain't ready. I want to get up off this seat.
Right. Well, y'all got a perfect swarm spot. Don't make me come up there. Like, boy, you.
I'm gonna whoop all y'all. I'm not about to get up. Please stop.
And they know that.
Yeah, please stop.
Boy, if you break something, I'm gonna break your butt. Cling, cling, cling.
Well, gotta buy another one. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like so. I'm not. Old school did it the way they knew.
Yeah.
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 They did it the way they knew. But I understood.
I agree with my daddy. I think he whooped us too much. I think he whooped us too much. That's what I said when I was young. I was like, man, y'all whoop us too much. It took them for us to grow as adults to be like, yep. Maybe we went overboard. I was saying that during the whooping. Like this is too much.
You said you need reparations, huh?
Y'all killing me. Stop, please. I won't do it no more. You said that last time.
Oh Lord. I just didn't. I didn't get a lot of. I think Lissa, my sister Carmen,
that's crazy.
got the most whoopings out of everybody. Then Kiki, then Tut, then me, then Dan Ye didn't get touched.
I definitely got the most.
You got the most whoopings?
Yeah. Because they had slowed down by the time Candace and Kurt came. And then it was...
But you got a sister in front of you and behind you.
Yeah, Erica, me, and Andrew.
Who got the most whooping after you?
Probably Andrew. Because Andrew was a tomboy, so she ran with me. But I was the oldest, so I knew better. And you gonna get the whooping. Yeah. And sometimes Andrew got to go free, and, I get the whooping because I was leading the... Erica was the goody two-shoes.
She told on everybody, didn't she?
Erica would tell us not to do it. Hey, y'all gonna get in trouble. Me and Andrew like, anyway, and me and Andrew would go do what we do.
Nah, Tut ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
But he'll tell when you come back. He's like, where y'all going? Okay.
Mama.
Boy, I just used to tell on her, man, get a whoop. Yeah.
Hey, man, make sure you love your kids, man. Yeah. Correct them.
Yeah.
And not try not to just be in the business of punishing and hurting and whatnot, and make sure your idea or whatever is I'm trying to correct something and not hurt your child and go overboard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And even sometimes they may not need a spanking.
And sometimes
I learned that sometimes. As much as I want to, I don't spank them. I hug them. Like, come here.
Because you're showing them grace.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not, kind of understand that, and sometimes that'll work better.
Nah, man,
because they already timid. Like, I'm about to get it. And then you give them that love. Like, man, you know what?
I'm gonna get you next time.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you next time.
That's how you do. No, I ain't gonna get you this time. I'm gonna get you next time.
No.
I get you next time. You got the kids scared of you.
Some horror. Everything came together.
Like, Daddy, no, beat me now.
I don't like that laugh. I don't like that laugh. Yeah, go ahead, give me that.
All right, y'all, we love you.
Like and share, man. The like button is absolutely free. And the share button right beside it is free, too.
October 14th. Yeah, it's called Jazz and Jokes. We'll see y'all at Nate Church.
At Nate Church.
Yes.
Nate Church. When you go to Nate Church.
They gonna get there. They gonna get there and be like, where Nate? I just want to see Nate.
Nate has to be in the vestibule.
In the vestibule?
Yeah, shake a hand. Yeah, shake a hand. Yeah.